Hi there, this is Penelope, and this is a short video for Topic 2 Class 3, where we're looking at working with variables in spreadsheets. So when you're working with a spreadsheet, you use cells, not letters. So if we talk about X, well, we don't actually talk about X, we talk about the value of X being in a particular place, in a particular address. In this case, it may be that X is equal to 3, or some other variable is equal to 3, and it's in A1. We can put a formula in there and then refer that to another cell, and it'll put the number into our formula. Let's have a look. We can do a simple example where we're going to ask the spreadsheet to check up on what the solution we think might be the solution using Excel. Now, what if we're going to use pi? Well, there's pi to 100 digits. That would take ages and ages and ages to enter into a spreadsheet, if indeed you got it right. So we've got a function for that. Let me show you that. We can just enter into that spreadsheet the rule that will give us pi. So if we go equals and then p, it'll probably call it up. There it is down there. Double click to get it up. And see how it really wants to have the closed brackets. If we write the closed brackets and hit enter, that will give us pi. Now, if you want it to a lot of decimal places, we can make that bigger, and we can go to number by clicking on the number tab, and we want it to be I'm just going to give it some more places. Whoops, wrong way. So if I wanted it to however many decimal places that is, or I could format it to say 14 or 10 decimal places, whatever I want. I'm just adding numbers, you can see there. I'm just adding them as I go. And I can just go on. Or I can go the other way and it will just round it till we get to 4. There. Okay. Right, let's use that now to check out a solution for a particular problem. Now, suppose we've got this question here, solve x squared equals x. Now, we're going to look at solving equations a lot more in the next topic, but for the moment, we can kind of get an idea of what we need to do. If we rearrange that, and we will do a lot more on rearranging, if we wrote that as x squared minus x equals 0, then any number that we thought to be a solution, we could just substitute in there and we would get 0. Now, we've got an example here. 3 students find 3 different solutions, -1, 0, and 1. Who is right and who is wrong? What we need to do is we need to substitute each of these in as x. And when we've got a lot of them to do, it makes sense to use Excel. So I'm going to look at Excel and see how this might work. So that I can see what I'm doing, I'm actually going to write x to the power of 2 minus x equals 0. So I've rearranged the original equation so that I can try some values in there. Now that's not going to help because Excel doesn't recognize that as a function, so I need to type it in as it expects it to be typed in, which means I need to start with an equal sign. Now I'm not going to use x this time because, as I said just a minute ago, I need a cell address rather than a variable. So I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to put a number in A3. So A3 is the number that I'm going to square, and then I'm going to subtract that same one. And if it all works, then our answer will be 0. If the value that we're going to put in there works, we will get 0. Now, I don't have anything in there for the moment, but it's just saying, well, there's nothing in there, therefore it's 0. Okay, so student 1 said the answer was -1. And that's not 0. All right, we better fill the next couple of boxes down. And I'm going to put in what the second student said. The second student said the answer was 0. It stays as my solution is 0 for the formula that we've put in. And the third student said x is equal to 1. And yes, again, it stayed correct. So we want to say, well, student 2 was correct and student 3 was correct, but student 1 was wrong. Okay, let's get rid of that. The next question that we're going to look at also is not much use if you've only got one set of values. You may as well do that on the calculator. But if you've got a whole lot of them, then it would make sense to use Excel rather than your calculator. Really don't know why that keeps popping up. There we are, all gone. Okay, so we've got a formula there. Find r equals ak to the negative x squared. And when a is 0.22, k is 3, and x is 0.1. So what we're going to do is we're going to open a spreadsheet, we're going to put that formula in, and then we're going to set up those numbers so that we can attract the attention, if you like, of Excel to those values that we want to put in. As before, it makes an easy thing for you to check back on. If we write the formula in first, not as Excel expects us to write it, but just as it looks to us. So we're going to say r equals ak to the power of bracket negative x squared. Okay, that's not an instruction to Excel. That's merely just what we need to do. Okay, so we're going to need a table that gives us A, and the value of A is 0.22. We need K. Again, this is just putting in the information so that we can direct Excel to find it in a minute. K is 3, and X is 0.1. Now, what we need is the formula in here, say, but this time we need it in a format that Excel understands. So we're going to go equals. Now, A is in cell B5. So I'm going to call that up there. I want to tell it to multiply, and the Q, the term for multiplying is a star. And I want to multiply it by K, which is in B6. And then I want to take that to the power of, and I'm going to need some brackets, negative 0.1 to the power of 2. And I should get 0.22243. Now again, I can adjust that by dealing with the numbers, or I can just make my column a bit bigger. Should work, yep. Or I can format it to how many decimal places I want to do. So if we had a lot of A values, then we could just go on making it repeat. I've only got one lot of values there for A and K and X, but that's fine. Now look at some formula for finding the area of a circle. That's a simple one that you already know, or you should know. Find the area of a circle with radius 6 centimeters and put your answer to 4 decimal places. Okay, so the formula for a circle, the area of a circle, is A equals pi r squared. Now we're not going to type in pi, we're going to use the function that's already in Excel We don't need to put anything in the brackets. That's just how it looks. So that will show us what to do. Okay, so let's insert a spreadsheet and have a look. Oops, I don't need those values. Right, we should probably set up, assuming we're going to do this for a lot of values of R. So maybe we hit up a column like that, and then a column for area. And just so that we remember what we're doing, we want to say it's pi times R to the power of 2. In the first instance, the question asked you for the area of a circle with radius of 6 centimeters. No, just 6. And in here, I'm going to go equals pi, and I need just pi like that. And I want star R to the power of 2. Now, something weird might happen here, or not. Nope, that worked fine. So you can see there by clicking back the formula that I've used. I was wondering whether it was going to need another bracket, but it didn't. Okay, and if you wanted to, you could change the format on that, or make it to 40p or 10dp, or however many places you want it to be. We don't, that's fine for us. We can do it by making the column narrower. That will do there, 0.09733355. That'll do fine. Okay. Thanks for watching. That's just a quick video on working with variables in spreadsheets.